rhyme sound lines. And today, I'm going to talk about several ways you as a guitar player, especially beginner guitar players, one thing you experience, and we all experience it when we first start on guitar, is finger soreness. Fingers getting real sore on the fingertips as you go to start playing your chords. And I'm going to try to discuss a few things that are going to help relieve the soreness, try to eliminate the soreness, or at least relieve it to some extent. And I'll show you several different ways to do that. Now, when you're playing your chords, which is a group of notes, let's say, for instance, the G chord, okay, what you're wanting to do, first tip is to stay right next to the fret with each finger. Each string you're playing, you want to be as close to the fret as you can. If you can see how close I'm right next to it, not on top, but right next to it, all three fingers. So you want to be right next to the fret, okay? Because what happens is, if you're not, in other words, let me just show you here on the 6th string. If you're playing right here on the 3rd fret, you want to be right next to it, not way back here closer to the 2nd fret. Because what happens is when you press, okay, you press it, and listen to what happens as I move by. Hear that noise start coming? It's almost unplayable at that point. So as close to the fret as you possibly can. Takes less pressure, less finger pressure. Because as you go back close to the 2nd fret, it becomes harder and harder to press to make it sound clear. So close to the fret, that will help a whole lot. Okay? Another thing I want to talk about is how much pressure do you need to press on your string. It's so, I can remember back when I first started, I wanted to grip my neck like a baseball bat and really, really press hard. And you don't need to press hard. You only use as much pressure as you need to make the string sound clear. So once you get, you can start testing it and start pressing. And once it clears up, that's all you need to press. You don't need to press really, really hard. Grip that neck, press real hard. Don't need that. Just press to the point to where you hear it start clearing up. Hear it clear up? And I'm not pressing that hard. So you only use the pressure you need. Don't overexert and put too much pressure down on the string, because that makes the string cut into your finger. Thus, you'll have finger soreness. So that's the 2nd tip I'm going to talk about. The 3rd tip, I mentioned just a little bit about this one, is grabbing the thumb. What does the role the thumb plays? You see all kind of different things being mentioned about the thumb and coming over the top, all that sort of thing. The thumb really, all it really does, if you take the thumb away, you can still play your chords, okay? And when you put your thumb on the neck, it exerts some downward pressure. But really what it really does, it just allows you to be able to grip the neck a little bit. If you take the thumb away, you can see what happens. The fingers tend to want to fall. So it's really just to support your hand to keep your fingers in the right position. So that's all. You don't want to grip it really hard. Let the thumb really dig into the back of the neck. Just let it come around and touch the back of the neck, and that allows you to be able to move pretty freely up and down. Okay? Another thing, another great tip. When you practice, when you first start out, the tendency is to over practice. Spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is. Don't over practice. 10 minutes. Sit down. Before you sit down, decide what you're going to play or practice. Today you might want to play the G or the C or both of them. But decide what you want to practice. Sit down and concentrate just on what you decided you want to play. Practice on. Not 10 minutes. Because if you over practice, it does two things. First of all, your fingers are going to start hurting. And they're going to get real sore if you do that each and every time you sit down to practice. And the other thing is when you over practice, you tend to get frustrated because when you're first beginning, you wanting to make progress. And if you sit there for an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, it's going to be so much more frustrating. Just take 10 minutes, concentrate on the things you want to do, practice them. If you can't finish and making them successful in doing what you want to do, next session, finish up, and then decide on next time you sit down, decide what new you want to practice on. Okay, so that's another great tip. And one final tip I'll give you, and a lot of people never think about this, but if you have a guitar and it may have some heavy strings, guitar strings come in different thicknesses. The most common thicknesses are medium, light, and extra light. Medium, light, and extra light. For beginners, I recommend extra light. Steel strings, Martin makes a great extra light string. So extra light strings. I'd go and get a new set of extra light strings and put you on a good set. I like Martin, but Gibson makes some good ones, Fender makes some good ones, and get a light gauge set. And it's going to make a lot of difference on the pressure of you having to press to get the sound you need. You could even go with a silken steel. A silken steel is a steel string on the outside, like these. On the inside, instead of having a steel core, it's got a silk core inside. So naturally, the silk and steel combination is so much easier to play. Still gives you a good sound because you still have the metal on the outside. They're not all silk. So they want to get a light gauge, silk and steel string. That would be another way to reduce finger soreness. And when like I say, practice 10 minutes a day, you'll tend not to have near as much finger soreness, maybe none at all. And it's always a good idea. But if you do develop finger soreness, and some of us do, if you do develop the finger soreness and it gets really, really hard to press, take you a day off, 2 days. Just let those fingers heal. And I've been playing over 40 years, teaching over 40 years. And if I sit down and play 3 or 4 hours, my fingers will start getting sore, even after playing all these years. But as you play and develop, you'll develop calluses on the tips of your fingers. And remember, you want to use the very tips of your fingers to play each string. Not the soft tissue, the very tip. But like I said, I've been playing over 40 years. And even though I've developed calluses, and once you develop the calluses, then as you continue to play, the calluses tend to go away. And the place where you press the strings down becomes kind of like thicker. It doesn't hurt your fingers near as much as it did when you first started. But if you play for hours, no matter how long you've been playing, you're going to have some finger tenderness. So I hope that's helped. I hope these tips have helped. If you enjoyed this lesson, want to see more lessons like this one, and this one has helped you with trying to eliminate or at least relieve finger soreness, leave your comments down below. I always enjoy hearing from everyone. I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the red button down below and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified each time I post a new video. That'll work out great, and I appreciate all the support from all my subscribers. We're approaching 14,000, and I hope we will reach that very shortly. And be sure to subscribe, like, and share my video also. By subscribing, you're going to help YouTube spread the word about my channel. My goal and what I'm wanting to do, I've taught thousands and thousands of students how to play guitar over the 40 years. Still teaching today, all over the world, via the internet. And if you really want to learn, keep it simple, and check out my videos here on my YouTube channel, and I'll show you a way. Search for 4 chords, or magic 4 chords, and watch those videos. If you're brand new, learn those 4 chords, and you'll be able to play hundreds, even thousands of songs. I've got some great easy songs here on my YouTube channel. So, like, share, and be sure to subscribe. and leave your comments. I always enjoy hearing from you. Till next time, let's go play some guitar. Stay safe and have a good day.